Hello, I'm Janelle Rhiannon, author of the Homeric Chronicles and also the host of Greek Mythology Retold Podcast. I have been going over some of my books as I'm working on book number 5, which is Legacy of Kings. And through the series, I follow uh, many main characters, and the stories are interwoven together. It's sort of, you know, basically inspired by the Iliad and then the Odyssey, hence the Homeric Chronicles. When Paris brings Helen back to Troy, there's a mixed reaction. Priam, for his own reasons, is a little bit more forgiving of his son, while Hecuba is not, because she is beginning to realize that by gaining her son, she lost, that was taken from her as a baby, she has now become a part of setting things in motion that she's now understanding will be bad. So I'm just going to read this scene and then reading from this one, Rise of Princes. There you go. It's the green one. This is the moment that Hecuba is confronting Paris about um, bringing Helen into Troy. Paris followed his escort to his mother's chamber. The guard posted himself across the hall as he knocked on the heavy timbered door. It opened, and Paris found himself face to face with his mother's maid. "I'm here as requested," he said. "She's waiting." She opened the door wider, allowing the prince to enter. Paris saw his mother standing serenely on the far balcony. She didn't turn to greet him, but remained gazing out across the city as he approached. He took a place at her side. "I've come, mother." "Have you ever considered that one day all of this will be under your protection?" Sighing, Paris shook his head. "Never." "And that is the difference between you and your brother, Hector. He thinks of Troy the way Priam does, as a virgin to protect from the raping that will surely come when the Western army breaches the maidenhead of Troy." She looked at her second son, a hard line of warning etched on her mouth. "You must begin to think as they do, if you intend to win any sympathy for yourself." "I want no man's pity," Paris said sourly. "I speak not of pity, my son. I know that you hear the whispers." "I do." "The whispers that you enjoy fucking that Spartan whore more than you enjoy holding the spear of war." Paris's mouth hung open. He'd never heard his mother use the soldier's tongue. "Mother, I do exactly as Hector commands." The Queen Hecuba scoffed, then ran off to that woman. She whirled from the balcony, angry that her son couldn't understand the weight of his responsibility. "The enemy will destroy Troy because of Helen and what you have done." "We can defeat them, mother. I have no doubt. We have Hector. He is a god among men in battle." Hecuba stared Paris in the eye, boring her words into his skull. "Achilles has destroyed everything he's touched, raped and plundered every city. Our allies are dwindling as we speak, killed or sold into slavery. Our coffers grow thin, while the Westerners' ships are heaped with gold and treasure, our gold and treasure. Do you think that they will leave with Troy intact? You're more foolish than I supposed." Paris stood stunned by his mother's vitriol. "I had no idea you held me in such low regard." Hecuba glided to his side. "Paris, my dear son, I speak harshly only to reach you, to make you understand what you must do for Troy, for yourself. Yet behind your words, I hear your desire for me to give up Helen to the Greeks. Yes, that's true. You must give her up to win the respect due the second son of Priam." Paris looked away from his mother, choosing not to see the disappointment in her eyes. That I will never do. I intend to marry her. Get out, the queen said quietly. Get out. Paris sighed heavily. I hope you'll forgive me in time, mother. He walked away, closing the door behind him. Hecuba stood in the center of her chamber, unmoving and distraught. Never, she whispered into the room. Never. I feel like I like this chapter. I like this section because Hecuba is realizing that in saving her son, when Paris was reunited with her and Priam, she was very excited and felt like relieved, but over time she has begun to feel and see the connection that what Paris is doing, that his choices are going to fulfill the prophecy that she and Priam were given years ago. So in this section, I wanted to capture that dynamic between mother and son. And Hecuba is really in an impossible position because she loves her son, yet sees what he is doing is going to eventually not just bring about his demise, but potentially the entire city. And the frustration that she has in not being able to get him to see that he's relying on, well, Hector's so wonderful, Hector is like a god among our army, like we're not going to lose. And he's so stubborn about that he can't even consider that maybe there's some merit to what his mother is talking about. Anyway, I just wanted to share that little tidbit between Paris and Hecuba. Again, that was just a little section from Rise of Princes, Book 2 in the Homeric Chronicles, and I will see you next time. Achilles has destroyed everything he's touched, raped and plundered every city. Our allies are dwindling as we speak, killed or sold into slavery. Our coffers grow thin while the western ships are heaped with gold and treasure. Our gold, our treasure. Do you think they will leave Troy intact? You are more foolish than I suppose. Paris, my dear son, I speak harshly only to reach you, to make you understand what you must do for yourself, for Troy. You must give up Helen in order to earn the respect due the second son of Priam and save our city. No, never give her up. Get out. Get out.